Good evening, Luke Michael Howard, clinical hypnotist and owner of Hypnosis here, and this video, this Facebook Live is entitled What I Learned from My Cats and Fixing Their Problems That Makes Me Better at Fixing Your Problems. So let me share a little story with you. One of my cats, you may have seen her in some of my videos, trying to hog the spotlight, Tigra. Maybe she'll make a cameo today, but I can't guarantee that. So I've had her for about 11 years, about the full time that I have been in Canada. And she has a little problem that's been quite annoying for about 11 years. Now, there's nothing physically wrong with her. I've had that checked out, so she's good on that front. However, on an average week, she will shit outside of my bedroom probably about 5 to 6 out of 7 days a week for about 11 years now. Now, she knows when to use her litter, when to use her box, at all other times of the day. I see her use it. My other cat, Mr. B, no problem, uses his box, uses the litter in the daytime and the night. But Tigra, at night time, when I close my bedroom door, she will shit. She will leave me a not so nice gift almost every morning. Now, I've tried many different ways to try and remedy this problem. Ways that sometimes when she doesn't do it, I've rewarded her with cat treats. I've got down and given her more love. I've even talked and played with my cats and stuff like this. None of it worked. None of it worked. She would still, whenever she'd want to shit outside of my bedroom, she would do it. And I kind of almost gave up because she's going to do what she's going to do. I mean, I've tried everything that my brain allowed me to try for about 11 years, right? And I love her, but it's annoying. Kind of accepted it. Then, all of a sudden, about a month ago, just came into my head, hey, you know what? When my cats come out of their little box, they leave quite a lot of grit on the ground from their box, and I step on it and gets on my couch and my feet. It's unpleasant. So I figured, what's the way of remedying this problem? Well, I'll put one of those little mats underneath their box, so when they come out of their box, they can like get rid of the grit, get rid of the cat litter from their nails, from their paws. Completely unrelated to Tiger's problem, right? So I did this, didn't think anything about it. Then the next day I woke up and there was no shit deposited outside my bedroom. But didn't make the connection right there. Hey Camille, how are you? Bring her inside your room. Then it'll be impossible for her to do it outside your door. Well, here's the thing, I don't want my cats fucking jumping on my head. And they do. They love to jump on my head when I'm sleeping. And I love them the rest of the time, but I don't want anyone jumping on my head when I'm sleeping. So anyways, one night goes by and she doesn't shit on the floor. I'm like, all right, okay, this is just a happy coincidence. Don't put two and two together. The next night doesn't shit on the ground. Third night, I'm like, I only made one change. I only made one change. Years and years and years of changing this, changing that. Nothing worked. I was hitting that proverbial brick wall, right? Over and over again. Getting frustrated, getting annoyed. Why is she doing this? There's nothing physically wrong with her. I love her. I'm showing her love. I'm reinforcing the positive behaviour when she doesn't shit outside of my bedroom. And then one day, she didn't want to get grit on my foot. So I bought this little mat for her to clear her paws, clear her nails on. So after a week, I'm like, shit, the only difference that I made was I got this $10 mat from Walmart. It took me 11 years. 11 years to fix this problem. And the way to fix it was she, for whatever reason, didn't like coming out of the box and not having something to clean her nails at. So a $10 mat fixed a 11-year problem. Here's how it relates to being a better hypnotist and how I can help you with your issues. See, unfortunately, as good a hypnotist as I am, I don't speak cat. I mean, I'm pretty good at it, but, you know, cats are going to do whatever they want to do. I can't quite get inside their heads. in the same way I can get inside your head and help to shift the things that you want to shift. See, if I could have had a conversation with Tigra, if she could speak to me, or if I could have a conversation with her unconscious mind, subconscious mind, her monkey mind, her primal mind, if you will, and the bit that controls all this, maybe I've been able to fix that, remedy that 11 years ago. But unfortunately, she's not a human being. She is an animal, although I love her. That's why it took so long. When I'm working with you in hypnosis, you're a human. It's a lot faster. And in fact, as lovely as you may be, whatever issue that you've got, I'm not going to speak to you. That's right, you about your issue. Because if you could consciously fix your issue, whatever it may be, you would have fixed it by now, right? However, most people agree to this following statement, which is, it's almost as if your problem is completely inside of you, but it's completely outside of your control. So if I'm doing hypnosis with you, it'd make absolutely no sense after the initial screening to keep speaking with your conscious mind, your intellect, because you're probably pretty smart. You probably would have fixed it if you knew, like with me and the little scratch mat for Tigra. But fortunately, you are a human being, and we all pretty much speak the same language. Even though we may speak different dialogues, our unconscious mind and body language pretty much translates to many different languages, with a few exceptions out there in the world. So in hypnosis, I speak directly with your unconscious mind, your subconscious mind, your monkey mind, your primal mind. And it speaks to me. And it might speak to me with a little flitter on your finger, a little turn of the hand, a little wave with the wrist. Sometimes words will start to come out of your mouth that you're not consciously thinking of at that time. It's a bit weird, it's a bit like being possessed, but not scary like The Exorcist. More like, holy shit, where did that word just come from? It's crazy. But this is really some cool shit at the same time, and I'm very curious about what's going on. So, luckily, it won't take 11 years, because I can speak directly to your unconscious mind. And everyone's unconscious mind speaks to me. And when it does, we can cut through 11 years, or however long you've had your problem, and all the other solutions that you've tried to fix it. Can speak directly with the part that controls the addiction, the negative emotion, the limiting belief, the thing that's been holding you back. Speak to the part that controls it, and it will communicate with me. And I can probably communicate with it for the first time that anyone's ever spoke to that part. Almost like a child inside that's been disenfranchised, that's been left in the corner and no one's given it attention. And it keeps giving you the anxiety, the sadness, the addictive behaviour, drinking too much, drugging too much, when all it wants is a bit of attention. It's trying to get your attention. But if you give it the attention and you understand the message underneath, oftentimes the reason any of us do any destructive behaviour, self-sabotage behaviour, as crazy as it may seem logically, it's not your logical mind, not your conscious mind that's creating that. Your conscious mind wants to get rid of it, but it's not creating it. It's your unconscious mind, your subconscious mind, your monkey mind, your primal mind. And with hypnosis, we can bypass the middleman or woman, speak directly to that part, perhaps for the first time. And because it's been spoken to the first time, oftentimes what I found in 23 years of doing this now, is underneath that bad behaviour, there's always a positive intent. Oftentimes that positive intent is just trying to protect you, just trying to keep you safe. Now understand, what's trying to keep you safe is the intellect of essentially a 5-year-old, has the emotional intellect, emotional IQ of a 5-year-old. What a 5-year-old thinks is what's good for you, and what you know as a grown-ass person what's good for you, or oftentimes there's a gulf, there's a void, huge void in between them. So that's why me working with my cat makes me really good at helping you work through your issues, getting rid of them once and for all in rapid time, because I don't need to speak cat to speak to your unconscious mind. I just need your permission when you put your hand up to allow me to help to show you the way to get rid of whatever you need to get rid of, to go through whatever you need to go through, to get under, to get over whatever you need to get under or over, so you can be free and make the rest of your life the best of your life. If you'd like to book a screening call with me and find out how you can do that, a lot of my work now going forward is going to be geared towards addictions of many kinds, heroin, alcohol, crack, crystal meth, porn, sex, sugar, technical addictions, Facebook, social media, checking your cell phone. Yeah, I'm going to still be helping people with stuff like anxiety and sadness and overcoming trauma. Still going to be doing that. So don't worry, I'm not going anywhere. If you still need help with that, I can help you. But more and more of my time, more and more of my videos, more and more of my seminars and work going forward is going to be geared towards helping people overcoming addictions of many kind. So if you've got an addiction, addictions can take many forms. Yes, they can be an illicit substance, but again, it could be, it's just making you miserable because you keep checking your social media all the time. It's robbing you of time with your family, time with yourself, time that you could be working on yourself. It could be an addiction. I see all patterns as addictions. You could be biting your nails over and over again. Luke, that's not an addiction. Yeah, it's a pattern that you do over and over again and you don't have any conscious control over. So it's an addiction in a way. And in the same way that addiction is really just a pattern that you're doing over and over again with a sense of non-volition that you think it's doing it to you as opposed to you doing it. See, it works both ways. But I'm going to leave a link underneath this video. If you've got something you want to work through, if you want to, now we're in January 2021, we've got a little bit more time because most of us are still in heavy lockdown. Now's the time for you to work through whatever you need to work through to get over it. It won't take you 11 years. It'll probably take you less than 3 sessions, 3 hours to get over it once and for all. That's the average time that I work with people. So if you'd like some help, click on the link below and book your screening call with me where we can have a chat so I can find out a little bit more about you, see if I can help you, and you can find out a little bit more about me. So have a good night. Always believe.